Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gerry Kelly.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Drive up the M2 out of Belfast and you look over to your left. You'll see one of the most modern buildings in Ireland. In fact, it's a church. It's the Whitewell Metropolitan Tabernacle. And every Sunday for the past 3 years, an average of 5,500 people go to hear the sermons of Pastor James McConnell. Well, by any yardstick, it's a remarkable building under the direction of a remarkable man. Would you please welcome Pastor James McConnell. Hi, James. Nice to see you. Come on in. Pastor James McConnell, otherwise known as Sparky to his friends. Where did the nickname come from?
Oh, that came from my park parade days at school when I played football, and I got nicknamed Sparky, and it stuck.
It's stuck ever since.
It has stuck ever since. And those that come into the tabernacle that haven't seen me for years would just say, "Hiya, Sparky," and the people just look at them, you know.
No respect at all. Today, you're preaching to thousands of people every week. What is it about your background that gave you the confidence to do what you're doing today?
The one who has given me the confidence to do that is the Lord himself. Because without him, I'm nothing. And without him, I can do nothing. And I just feel that God decided to bless me. There are 500 ministers out there who could preach better than me. But for some reason or other, God decided to bless me, and I'm going to hold on to that blessing as long as I possibly can.
Tell me a little bit where you were born and who brought you up, because your mum and dad died early in your life.
Yes, I was born in 14 Spring Street in the Woodstock Road, and my family was wiped out with tuberculosis. And then I was brought up by my grandparents, the Andersons, lived in 10 Perry Street on Mount Pottinger in East Belfast. And my grandfather was a godly man who loved me and cared for me and educated me and brought me to a little mission hall called the Iron Mission Hall. It was made of iron and it was bombed during the war, so that was its name. And there, at a very early age, I gave my heart to the Lord Jesus Christ.
By the age of 7, you had given your life. By the age of 13, you were having your first public sermon.
That's right.
And by the age of 17, you were going across to England to preach to people over there. What is the gift that you have?
From I got saved, I had a desire to preach, Gerry. You see, there's two types of persons. There's a man who wants to say something, and there's a man who has something to say. And I've always felt that I had something to say. I had a message to bring. And that desire just overwhelmed me. I couldn't think of anything else, only preaching. I live for preaching.
But people come to the church to see you, to hear you. They don't come for the niceness of the Whitewell. It's to hear you. You're very special because you say there are hundreds of preachers all over Northern Ireland,
That's
all around.
correct.
What is this special thing that you have?
It's difficult to say. If preachers were here tonight, they would say, it's the Spirit of God upon me. And I feel it is the Spirit of God upon me, that when you preach your message, it makes the message real, and it makes the person that you're preaching about real, the Lord Jesus Christ. There's a great hunger in this country, Gerry, and thousands of people are converging on the tabernacle. We're getting people from every walk of life.
Every religion.
Every religion.
Catholics go.
Catholics, Protestants, paramilitaries, from both political sides. We're getting drug addicts, alcoholics, everybody.
You're also getting young people, because I think something like 70–75% of those that attend you would term as young people.
That's right. the majority of our congregation are young people. In fact, myself, who I'm 60 years of age, I'm in the minority. And all the young people are catered for in our church. That's my only complaint. They're catered for more than the like of myself. And that's why I'm going to get an old people's home and get my name down in it.
What's failing in the other churches, in the Protestant churches and in the Catholic churches? Why are they flocking to you? Are they failing the other churches?
To say they're failing, that's a big statement. But I can only tell you what young people say to me. I say, why do you come here? They say, the denominations are dead. They're dour, they're morose, they're dull, they don't get the message over. We fall asleep at church, we don't want to attend. Then you get others, and they come off with this statement, we don't get fed there. There's no feeding there. We don't hear anything to uplift us, we don't hear anything to inspire us. So you get a mixture of people coming in. But the message that I preach every Sunday is Christ and Christ alone. He is the only one who can meet their need.
You have the most fabulous building. How much did it cost?
Well, when we sat down, we said it would cost 3 million, but when we finished it, it cost 7.5.
And where did that money come from?
It came totally from the Whitewell congregation. They gave and gave. They gave me 6.5 million, and then to get in quickly and to finish the job, I borrowed 1 million. And we are now in 3 years, and September is the end of our financial year, and by September we'll have paid 400,000 off our debt.
You know and I know that when we talk like this about money in churches and what you do, people tend to look towards America. And we have all this television type evangelism that's going on. And there have been so many people disgraced over the years in America that you could be viewed with some suspicion.
Of course. People watch me. It's like living in a fishbowl.
Yeah.
And they watch everything that you do. But that's the price that one must pay. And if you can't stand the heat, you've got to get out of the kitchen. And so you've got to live in such a way that people will see you. But could I say this, Gerry? There's not one American dollar in the tabernacle. It was given exclusively by the tabernacle people.
And what are the figures that are coming to hear you? How many people are coming? Is it 5,500 every Sunday night?
Every Sunday, Sunday morning and Sunday night, the average is 5,500 to 6,000. Through the week, at a Bible study, we would get 1,200 on a Wednesday night. We would get 800 to 1,000 at a prayer meeting on a Monday night. The prayer meetings are the highlight of the tabernacle. We love prayer meetings. Instead of having gospel missions, we just have prayer meetings night after night, and we have a big gospel mission on the Sunday when people in their thousands come in and get saved and give their hearts to Christ.
And you also have great facilities. You have creches there, you have a restaurant there, the chandeliers. It is a very plush sort of a building.
Yes.
It's state-of-the-art sound system. There's not a bad seat in the house. You're not sitting behind any pillar. There's room for 350 strong choir.
Well,
and there's yourself. You see, not my worry, but my thought sometimes is that you have become such of a cult figure that people are coming to see you, and when you go, they will leave the church because it is you are the draw.
Well, that has been the problem of all leaders. When you think of the old Metropolitan Tabernacle in London, built 150 years ago when Spurgeon ministered, 6,000 people in the morning, 6,000 at night. When he died after 10 years, it just went down. And I could name great preacher after great preacher who ministered to their generation, and then when they died, the church attendance fell. And that's the sorry thing about it. But I'm trusting that God will fill my shoes, because there's a Joshua for every Moses, and there's an Elisha for every Elijah. And I just hope that God has someone in the tabernacle that he will anoint and touch. In fact, I'm saving money for him to take my place. I'm preparing for him, and I'm building bridges for him, because I'm looking to the future.
We're going to have to leave it there. Long may you continue up there, and whatever you're doing, it's working very, very well.
Come and hear us.
I will. Pastor McConnell, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. Come to the end. Come to the end. There you go.